Hello everybody, welcome back to yet another Sourcing with Hahnbee video. Today I will be taking you to Sprouts, which I'm pretty sure everybody has near them since they're such a big chain grocery store if you're in the USA. I'm super excited to start, so let's go. We have arrived at Sprouts, got my mask on. The most important part, please wear your mask. A little bit tidbit about Sprouts before I head in. They are going to sell grass-fed meat, but they're not going to sell grass-fed finished. So the main difference is grass-fed finished is going to be grass-fed 100%, while grass-fed meats are only going to be fed their ancestral diet a part of their life and then finished on grain. This is mostly because it appeals to a certain customer if they don't know what the difference between grass-fed and grass-fed finished. Well, the company can still save money themselves. So it's going to be higher quality than H Mart Ant Ranch 99, but it's still not going to be grass-fed finished, which is like the highest of the highest quality. And they're not going to have a very wide variety of meats. It's going to mostly be muscle meat. They will sometimes have like turkey necks and gizzards around the holiday, and they do have liver, I believe. Mostly what I shop here for is their produce, as they do have an organic section, and their supplements. So let's head on in. Starting with the meat section, you can see right away that they display their grass-fed meats first, and it's like in this like green packaging. Probably has to do with like green marketing. Basically, you see green things and you think it's like more natural or organic. A lot of brands do that as well. They have rack of lamb. They do have lamb shank. I wouldn't feed the bone, but you could peel off the muscle meat and feed it, just because it is quite dense and there is a chance that a tooth could be cracked. They do have some like muscle meat stuff. I don't know if you want to buy this for your dog since it's kind of expensive. You could, I guess, for like their birthday or something. They have more, let's see, lamb shanks. They also have a leg of lamb too. Again, I would not feed the bone, but you could peel off the muscle meat. Again, kind of expensive. Not sure if you'd buy that for your dog. Like I said earlier, they don't have a lot of variety when it comes to meats, unfortunately. This is more of a, you need it like right away and you don't have any other options. They have muscle meats. Nothing really too fancy in the ruminant area. They also do have quite a few cuts of conventional pork. I don't know if I'd buy this for raw feeding though, it's kind of on the pricier side. And it is conventionally raised. This is more of on a need basis. Let's say this is the only thing that you have available and you need it immediately. Do you feed chicken to your dog? They do have some whole chickens. They have young chicken and just like a normal chicken. They have the drums, the breasts, the thighs. They have some ground chicken if you use that. I know some people like to use those to make treats, so that's an option. This is like the organic. This is like conventional. And then they also have turkey as well. So like I said, sometimes they have turkey necks around the holidays. They used to have gizzards, but I'm guessing they sold out because they only carry it in the holidays. They have ground turkey, and then they also have some turkey backs. You could feed this if you have a bigger dog as bone or use it for stock. The only organ that they really carry that we could use as raw feeders is going to be the calf livers, their skin, and they are pre-packaged in like these really nice vacuum sealed bags. So I've actually have used these before and they're really nice to use. They also have some marrow bones if you want to buy them here for bone broth. And then they also have small Cornish hens and a whole duck. They have these things at other places that are a lot cheaper. So, I mean, they have them here if you want to buy them. you could, but there's honestly like these are the same things that they have at Ranch 99 and they're a lot cheaper. And like they have these at like Kroger or Walmart that are a lot cheaper. So Sprouts does have like some stuff, but it's gonna be pricier. Here we have some canned sardines. They're really great as they're shelf-stable and you don't need to worry about thiaminase since they're cooked. They have them in water and then they have them in olive oil. Both are okay to feed. With the olive oil, you just want to keep in mind that it's going to be more calories. I personally like Wild Planet the most. A lot of times I'll have sales on this brand and I usually clear them out. They also have their own Sprouts brand, and Henry and Lisa's is also a great brand as well. Sprouts does have a seafood section as well, but everything here is going to be pretty much too high in the food chain to feed. They do have some salmon that you could feed if you wanted, but I usually don't source it here, again, due to it being very pricey compared to other places. Sprouts also carries some whole ginger root. You can use it to add into your golden paste, bone broth, pretty much any recipe to give it an extra nutritional kick. A great array of colorful and organic apples, which can be used in fruits and veggies mixes, great for antioxidants, polyphenols, and a good source of fiber. Moving on to produce, they have a lot of vegetables I like to use in my fruits and veggie mix. So they have celery, broccoli, they have bok choy, I'll add that occasionally. I like to add the carrots, and my favorites to add are probably the herbs. So parsley, and then sometimes they have cilantro that I'll add as well, but just have a really nice variety of organic herbs and vegetables that are easy to pick up. With winter coming up, it can be hard to source fresh berries and fruits if you make your own veggie mixes or just like to add them into the meals. So frozen fruits are an awesome and cheap way to get seasonal fruits that you can't usually get in whatever time of year. So I'll usually get berries as they're starting to die out now and not look the most freshest, and to make my berry mix. They also have chicken eggs here. It's going to be the only type of egg they carry, but they do carry pasture raised eggs. I still would not feed the shell since it is being sold in grocery stores. The eggs are still going to be sprayed with chemicals to clean them, but the quality and nutrient density is going to be a lot higher in eggs such as Vital Farms or like the Happy Egg ones, where they are actually touching the sunlight and getting a lot more nutrients. Over to the supplement powders. I like sourcing Hemp Seeds here. I don't use them fast enough to get a really big bag, so having a small one keeps them nice and fresh, and I also don't waste any. They do sell some mushroom patties here. I personally like buying ones made specifically for canines from people such as Wildly Blended or 4-Leaf Rover, just because I know the quality, and even human supplements are sketchy, to be honest. They also have Chia Seeds if you feed those. I love feeding goji berries. Just they're super concentrated in antioxidants and vitamin C. There is a post I made about them at the benefits that I will link in the bio. They also have spirulina, which is a great addition a few times a week just for detox. People generally like to give things like spirulina and chlorella after like vaccines or something that you really need to detox from. So Sprouts actually does have a pet section. They sell kibble and some canned food, but there's honestly nothing that I would feed here. So I would just ignore this section and shop in the human part. Coming over to the herb section, they have a lot of capsuled herbs, which can be nice if you need them for a specific ailment and need to dose it a lot of times a day. So they have dandelion, ginger root, elderberry, things like that. They also do have kelp. This is the only thing that you need to watch out with kelp. Just make sure it shows you how much iodine is in the actual kelp so you actually know how much to feed. So for example, this one has 270 mcg per one capsule, so I would know how much to feed, and I'm not just kind of playing a guessing game with how much powder to put, which can have negative health effects, since iodine is one of those nutrients that too little is bad and too much is bad as well, so you have to find that perfect balance. I have some bee pollen. I usually source it online, but if I need it like that day or whatever, or they're out of stock, I'll run up here and get it. They also have BioK, which is just a probiotic supplement. I personally prefer like other supplements than this since it is quite pricey, but if you want, you can definitely give this to them. I actually tried this for the first time today and it just tastes like really sour kefir, so it's pretty good, I guess. But just make sure to get the plain original flavor, not like the vanilla or strawberry if you do get it for your dog. They also have wheat germ oil, which is a great source of vitamin E. And they also have some hemp seed oil / flaxseed oil if you do use it to balance your meals, if you're home feeder, or even a raw feeder. I know some people use that in their recipes. Last part I would source for my dogs, not exactly related to raw food, but holistic living in general, is their homeopathy sections. They have a super wide variety of homeopathic remedies. I usually grab arnica here since it's what I use most, but they have all these different varieties, and it's nice because they tell you what they're mainly used for. I don't find them to be super accurate, so I wouldn't trust it if you have the same setup at your Sprouts, but it's a nice little guide, and I love that they have it here. So that is everything I would or have sourced from Sprouts. There's not a lot that you can source as a raw feeder, but it's nice to know what you could source if you wanted to. Like I said, I usually buy my produce there for veggie mixes. Let me know down below in the comments where you want me to source next. I'm having lots of fun making this series for you guys. If you guys could hit that like button, or if you're new, subscribe. It would help me out so much. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. This piece of hair will not get out of my face right now. Anyways, I was saying, thank you guys so much for watching. And as always keep exploring.